is filled with suspicion and suspense today. Rapper Kid Cudi is on the stand right now detailing a threat that Diddy once made to him. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live in Lower Manhattan, and she picks it up from there. Linda, what's the latest?
Yeah, hi there, Bianca. Well, first of all, I can tell you this. Every day, the testimony in this trial has been jaw-dropping. Today will be no different. Rapper, as you're talking about, rapper Kid Cudi on the stand, and he is testifying today. Go ahead, take a look at this video, because this is Cudi arriving here at federal court in Lower Manhattan earlier today. Now, he is wearing the black leather coat and smoking a cigarette. He is testifying about his brief relationship with Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie, back in 2011, after she and Combs had broken up. Now, Cassie has already testified that Combs flew into a jealous rage about her relationship with Kid Cudi, and he threatened to blow up his car. Now, Cudi has already testified today that he met with Combs after his Porsche exploded, and the remains of a Molotov cocktail were found nearby. Combs is charged with running a criminal enterprise dealing with drugs and sex trafficking. He has pleaded not guilty on all counts. Now, yesterday, Combs' former executive assistant, George Kaplan, also testified. He continued this morning, and he left court earlier today. After wrapping up his testimony, he had testified that he would buy drugs for Combs and that he would clean up hotel rooms after Combs would hold drug-fueled sex marathons called Freak Offs. And a federal agent also testified yesterday that when they raided Combs' home in Miami last year, they found gun parts to make AR-15 style weapons, cocaine, ketamine, and more than 50 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
Not the sexual lubricants and the baby oil. My God. What's good, family? Welcome back to A Place to Conversate, where we talk entertainment, politics, sports, pop culture, social issues, and everything in between. Listen, today, family, we got to talk about the Diddy trial. And a lot of you ain't going to like what I got to say, but check it. As far as Diddy's concerned, Diddy is innocent. Innocent. Yeah, I said it. Whoa, did I say that? Oh my God. Whoa, hold on. Oh my God. Whoa. 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 Did I just say Diddy was innocent? Yeah, I did. He's innocent of any federal RICO charges that they're bringing against Puffy. Now, is Puffy a controlling, abusive, drug-addicted, narcissistic, egotistical, repressed homosexual freak to the thousandth power? Yes, but that's not what he's on trial for, family. That's not what Puffy's on trial for. They're saying he's on trial for federal RICO charges, sex trafficking, racketeering, SA, coercion. I'm not seeing it. So far, this trial has been a case of him being abusive towards Cassie Ventura, who, in my opinion, was a willing, consenting adult who was more than willing to participate in these sexual freak-offs that they're claiming that she was a victim of. They got text messages of her going back and forth, proof that she was not only a participant but coordinating the sexual freak-off events. So where she's a victim? That's what I want to know. Where is she a victim? Now, was Puffy jumping on her and all kind of carrying on, beating her and all kind of carrying on? Yeah. But she chose to stay. You know, she's a willing, consenting adult who had an opportunity to leave at any time. And let's look at her track record. You know, how did she even come across Puff? She was dealing with Ryan Leslie, the producer Ryan Leslie, who then introduced her to Puffy. She started cheating on Ryan Leslie with Puffy because, again, she looking for a come up. Stayed with Puff for decades during these so-called freak-offs where she was being forced and victimized. Stayed with him, cheated on him, got my man Kid Cudi caught up in a sexual triangle, wound up getting his car blown up, messing with this broad. Because Puffy found out that she was cheating on him with Cuddy, you know, allegedly, he blew up his car. According to court testimony. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. But at the end of the day, I want to know, how was she a victim? Tell me where Cassie Ventura was a victim. They have text messages of her going back and forth with Diddy, actually telling him she's ready to freak off.
Diddy's ex was grilled on the stand today over their so-called freak offs. That's Cassie Ventura this morning, 9 months pregnant and surrounded by security as she headed here to federal court to be cross-examined. Inside, Diddy's defense attorney focused on some of the extremely graphic text messages they exchanged, suggesting Cassie not only helped plan the alleged drug-fueled sex parties, but also enjoyed them. Jurors were shown 25 pages of text messages, one from 2009, the same year the couple collabed on this music video.
As long as you got them little high heels on.
Diddy asks, "When do you want to freak off?" LOL. Cassie replies, "I'm always ready to freak off."
But she was a consenting, willing adult who enjoyed every bit of the so-called freak offs. She enjoyed it. She was a willing participant. Where is the crime? Not only that, Puffy told her off the rip, listen, you know, I'm into voyeurism. If someone tells you when they initially meet you what they into, and then you participate in that, how you going to get down into the relationship and then change the game in the ninth inning? Now, fast forward, when the relationship isn't beneficial to her no more, now all of a sudden she's a victim. Mind you, her now husband, who was then her trainer that Puffy paid for, she started cheating with him, got with him, then you would think that was it, right? You would think she'd be out. No. She went back with Puffy, where she claimed that he forced himself on her, right? That's what she claimed. Okay, let's go with that narrative. Mind you, you with this dude, Alex Finn, her now husband. You went to meet with Puffy, who you claim forced himself on you. Then, after he forced himself on you, you went back to him again for consensual sex. So show me where she's a victim, please. Show me how that is the behavior of someone who has been forced and victimized to participate in these so-called freak-offs, where she was just forced and coerced and drugged out out of her mind, where she just had no other choice. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. She got to live a lifestyle she would never have lived had it not been for Puffy. What Cassie is a scandalous, no good, low down, grimy, lying, conniving, scheming, underhanded tramp hoe. Yeah, I said it. That's exactly what she is, and she's far from a victim. She had the best of both worlds. She's having these freak offs that she's loving, having sex with multiple men, doing all kind of lewd and salacious things to her. I'm not caping for Puffy. We're conflating two different issues. We're conflating a moral issue versus a legal issue. You know, morally, is he wrong? Absolutely. But again, that's not what he's on trial for. He's on trial for RICO charges, federal RICO charges, that could absolutely lock this man up for the rest of his life. You know, she got to get out clean with a crazy bag, right? She settled for $20 million with Puff, who settled in 24 hours, and then she got paid out by the hotel where you see her getting Puff stomping her out. They paid her $10 million, so she wound up getting her $30 million anyway. She got off clean, so the reward definitely outweighed the risk in this particular under these circumstances. These are two distinct circumstances: moral versus legal. Hit me in the comments to let me know what you think about this Diddy trial. Do you think that the prosecution has made a case so far as these alleged RICO charges, or do you think that he's innocent? And let me know what you think about this Cassie situation. Do you think that she's a victim in all this, Or do you feel like I do, that this was just an opportunity for her to get a big payday? Either way, let me know what you think. All opinions are welcome, whether you agree or disagree. And if you haven't by now, hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, until the next time, stay safe and be well.